Hello guys, welcome back to our anime moment. Guys, please like the video and subscribe to my channel. Today is explanation of Renegade Immortal episode number 547 based on novel. So let's start. It's her. Wang Lin sneered and killing intent filled his eyes. The vortex began to disappear a moment later, and the vague figure inside became clear. It was a woman wearing a long, purple dress with blue hair. She was very beautiful. If a mortal saw her, they would definitely be charmed. Even cultivators would be tempted to have thoughts of marking her their cultivation furnace. This woman was Xixia from the Summoned River, the seventh concubine. Unlike the rest of her sisters, this woman was extremely loyal to the seven-colored celestial sovereign and even had tried to order Wang Lin around. If not for the fact that she was worried about Wang Lin's Li Guangbo, she would have tried to kill him there. This woman was not weak. Before Wang Lin had comprehended the restriction essence, it would have been a difficult fight. She would only have his Li Guangbo to worry about. However, now that he had the restriction essence, his ancient Dao bloodline was stronger, and with Yimo's right arm, along with the law he had set, the situation was completely reversed. Even without the Li Guangbo, he had the power to kill this seventh concubine. Senior Qing Lin once said that the heaven-avoiding coffin belonged to her. This woman is a celestial imperial concubine, so she must know some secrets about this place. Wang Lin's eyes lit up and he waved his right hand. The blood sword flew forward, and with a step, he disappeared. The blood sword was abnormal. It wasn't silent but let out a loud and sharp shrill sound as it pierced the air. It shot toward the figure that was gradually becoming clear from the disappearing vortex. This intense, violent howling could shock one's mind and make them subconsciously retreat a few steps. However, Xixia didn't retreat. The moment her vision became clear, she felt a monstrous killing intent coming toward her. She heard the howl and saw the blood sword flying at her. Her expression immediately changed and killing intent appeared. So he is here. Her body remained there, motionless, and her right hand waved. A purple cloud appeared and turned into a purple phoenix that flew toward the blood sword. When the purple phoenix and blood sword collided, a thunderous rumble echoed. The star system trembled and large amounts of cracks appeared as space began to collapse. The purple phoenix collapsed, but the blood sword couldn't move forward and was pushed back. The dissipating vortex behind Xixia began to rotate once more. She knew Wang Lin had used the Li Guangbo several times, but she didn't know how many more times he could use it. After a moment of hesitation, she raised her right hand to take out a jade. She was going to leave and send out a message to get more people to come. She was aware of Wang Lin's stop spell. As a result, she decided to leave after taking out the jade. With the vortex helping block the spell, along with her cultivation, she could resist it. This woman was very cunning and very cautious. She would not carelessly take risks. However, just as she was about to crush the jade, Wang Lin's figure appeared in the distance. His voice echoed across the star system. "You're worthy of being the seven-colored celestial sovereign's favorite seventh concubine," Wang Lin slowly said. His words were sudden, but Xixia understood him. Wang Lin saw that she hadn't taken another step and remained motionless. This strange action revealed that she not only knew about the 300 destroyed worlds, but she knew that the laws here were changed. However, none of the laws would apply if she didn't move. If she took that step, she would completely enter the world and would be affected by the laws. Wang Lin naturally understood this. Xixia also knew. She understood it better than even the other concubines. She had gone to more than a dozen of the destroyed worlds and hadn't moved upon entering. She spread out her divine sense to lure people to come to her. "Since you want to leave, I won't send you off." When Wang Lin looked at the jade Xixia had taken out, he turned around and left, but his heart was gloomy. He had watched the seven Dao sect disciple taking out the incense, and now Xixia had taken out the jade. It was clear that these people had made some kind of agreement before entering. This would make this whole ordeal a bit more difficult. This Xixia is too cautious. If she chooses to leave, I won't be able to keep her here, given her cultivation level. However, it's unknown if the jade will send a message to the seven-colored Daoist or Old Ghost Zhon. But from what she said before, She was very loyal to the seven-colored celestial sovereign and could communicate with the four generals. She may be sending a message to the four generals. However, even if it's the seven-colored Daoist or Old Ghost John, it doesn't matter. I was prepared for them to come. Only this Xixia is too cautious. If I don't kill her this time, she will become even more on guard, and killing her will become even more difficult. As for the Li Guangbo, it's not time to use it. Wang Lin's movement suddenly became hasty for a moment, but that was soon hidden by him. He waved his right hand and the blood sword silently arrived beside him. It followed him into the distance. Seeing that Wang Lin was about to disappear, Xixia, who was still inside the vortex, began to hesitate. She didn't know if she should send out the message. This Wang Lin has the Li Guangbo, but he chose not to take it out when he clearly saw my jade. Instead, he chose to leave. He seemed a bit hasty there. Could it be that he was injured while fighting others before I arrived? Earlier, he only attacked with the sword and not in person. Most importantly, that sword was too loud, as if its shocking value is stronger than the attack. As if he was trying to scare people away. Could it be that he is seriously injured and can't use the Li Guangbo? I might fall into his trap once I leave. If I send out the message and it is really as I guessed, the four generals would be able to take the third soul without effort. I refuse to allow that to happen. However, this person is very cunning. Is he really injured, or faking his injury? Xixia's expression constantly changed, and she was still uncertain. Wang Lin's figure was about to disappear when he revealed that trace of haste again. It was like a subconscious body reaction when one suppresses the injuries in their body. If he is really injured, this is a great opportunity. If I can kill him and take the third soul, whether I give it to the seven-colored Daoist or Old Ghost John, it would be a great merit. In the future, I'll have a place even on the immortal astral continent. Xixian clenched her teeth and was about to give up on leaving, but she still hesitated. She waved her right hand and purple mist appeared. A purple sword flew out from within and flew toward Wang Lin. I'll try once more. If his performance is too obvious, then there is something wrong. Xixia's eyes lit up and she stared ahead. The purple flying sword was very fast and instantly closed in on Wang Lin. It arrived within 1,000 feet of him. There was a flash of coldness in Wang Lin's eyes and he raised his right index finger. When the sword filled with her arcane void cultivation arrived, Wang Lin's finger touched the tip of the sword. The moment he pointed at the tip of the sword, Wang Lin's thoughts raced. He gave up on showing that he was injured and instead displayed his full cultivation. Aside from the seventh essence, his first 6 essences all erupted out of his body into his right index finger. A thunderous rumble echoed and the sword collapsed into a purple mist. Wang Lin's body trembled, but he didn't retreat. Instead, he stared at Xixia in the distance and killing intent appeared in his eyes. His 6 essences surrounded his body and his momentum was powerful, as if he was not injured at all. He stared at Xixia for a few breaths before sneering and turning away. Inside the vortex, Xixia's eyes shined brightly. He is injured. And it is not a minor injury. If he was trying to trick me, he would have pretended to be more weak to make me follow. However, he didn't pretend to be injured and instead displayed his full cultivation to try to cover up his injury to trick me. Only someone who is truly injured and is afraid of being seen through would act like this. In particular, she saw the vortex appear around Wang Lin's figure. It was a sign of him leaving this world. This made her even more certain. I can't be wrong. Wang Lin, you can't escape. They all say you're as cunning as a fox, but you still revealed your weakness. Xixia put away the jade and gave up on sending the message. Greed appeared in her eyes, and she was worried that Wang Lin would escape. Without hesitation, she stepped out of the vortex. The moment she stepped forward and the vortex disappeared, she completely gave up the chance to leave. However, just as she took this step, her body suddenly began to fall. This sudden change caused her expression to change greatly. Not good. Just at this moment, Wang Lin turned around and killing intent appeared. He immediately charged at her, and a flash of blood light flew toward her as well. All of this happened in a flash. Xixia didn't have any time to react. She didn't even have time to take out the jade as the blood sword closed in on her. Wang Lin's figure occupied her vision. An arrow of blood sprayed out from Zixia's chest and stained her purple dress. It didn't look red but black. Her broken clothes revealed her skin, a sight that would make anyone's heart throb. The woman was wearing very little under her dress. Now that her dress was damaged, a lot of her skin was revealed. Wang Lin has cold-hearted to his enemies, even if they were female, and showed no compassion. If it was anyone else, they would have become lustful after taking a look. The blood sword pierced through Zixia's chest. As blood sprayed everywhere, the blood sword buzzed in excitement. The blood sword was filled with killing intent. It flew out to drink blood and wouldn't return until it had. As the blood spread out from her chest, Zixiong's face was pale and she coughed out blood. As she fell, she was going to take out a treasure to support herself, but how could Wang Lin give her the chance? The moment the blood sword pierced her chest, Wang Lin appeared before Zixia, filling her vision. His essences rushed out. Zixia had no time to react at all. The fire essence turned into a giant vermilion bird and surrounded Zixia. The power of the fire raged and its might was irresistible. After the fire, the thunder essence turned into a thunder dragon. It charged in after the vermilion bird toward Zixia. Life and death, karma, and true and false appeared. Bloodlines appeared in Wang Lin's eyes and spread out. Bloodlines appeared around all Zixia and blocked all paths of retreat. Finally, the slaughter essence entered Wang Lin's hand. This caused his hand to become something that could slaughter all life. The moment the slaughter essence appeared, the star system became cold. Red snowflakes appeared and began to fall. This happened in a flash as all 7 essences rushed out. Zixia coughed out 3 mouthfuls of blood, and even now, she still hadn't managed to take out a treasure. She didn't even have time to form a seal. 6 essences rumbled as Zixia watched a huge palm penetrate the essences and land between her eyebrows. There was a thunderous rumble and Zixia coughed out blood once more. A large amount of bloodlines appeared on her body, making it seem like she was going to be torn apart. Intense pain came from her heart, and even her origin soul was seriously injured. Her face became pale and a sense of despair filled her body. However, just at this moment, a sinking body suddenly stopped as the law that stopped flying began to disappear, but this was part of Wang Lin's plan. Just as the law was about to disappear, Wang Lin closed in and pointed at Zixia. Stop! One point to stop the body, the mind, the soul. Stop the heavens and earth. Zixia's body was suddenly shrouded by the stop spell. Even though the law had dissipated, she continued to fall. She couldn't even take out her treasures, and even her thoughts were stopped. Wang Lin suppressed the rebound force and closed in on Zixia. He quickly pointed at her 9 times. Each time, Zixia would tremble as Wang Lin sent a sealing force into her. After all 9 points landed, the seal was complete. A spider web-like restriction appeared around Zixia, sealing her completely. With a wave of his sleeve, Zixia's body disappeared without a trace and was captured by Wang Lin. This battle was extremely clean, it had taken less than 10 breaths of time. Wang Lin hadn't killed Zixia because she had many things he was interested in. With her captured, he could kill her at any moment. The blood light flashed and returned to Wang Lin. As it burst, Wang Lin walked forward. A large vortex appeared below him and he disappeared into it. 3 waves of people have entered this world. It will be difficult to deal with a 4th, so I might as well leave. Wang Lin knew that the 300 destroyed worlds were connected and that he could go from one to another. Although he didn't know the seal, he could break his way through. In one of the 300 destroyed worlds, a vortex appeared. The vortex rumbled loudly, immediately catching the attention of the people here. The White Tiger General was standing in the sky above a planet. Below him were millions of soldiers that were fighting in a great battle. Blood flowed like a river and there were constant death. The millions of soldiers were spread across the plain as far as the eye could see. This kind of battle between mortals was rare to see. I didn't expect to encounter this much slaughter here. Kill more. The more you kill, the more killing intent I can absorb. Although I can't bring it out of here, I can use it in this world. I was the first person to enter this world, and all the laws were set by me. Unless it is the seven-colored Daoist or old ghost John, whoever else comes here will be affected by my laws. The White Tiger General had followed the seven-colored celestial sovereign for a long time, so he naturally knew about the 300 destroyed worlds. At this moment, he was very excited. On the Earth, the two armies each had their own generals. On one side there was a general who rode white horse with tiger spots. He wore a set of white armor and his cape was made of tiger skin. His eyes were cold but also revealed excitement. In an instant, an invisible and mysterious connection between him and the White Tiger General appeared. Also in the sky, a middle-aged man was sitting before the White Tiger General. His expression was gloomy and his body fuzzy, as if he would disappear if the wind blew by. His eyes were closed and he looked panicked as sweat appeared on his forehead. He was an illusion like the White Tiger General. Aside from the two of them, no one else could see them. On the Earth, there was a soldier in the army that was fighting against the White Tiger General's army. He looked panicked and let out a roar as he waved the lance in his hand. He killed the enemies around him, but his body trembled. He occasionally looked up at the sky with fear and anger. His appearance was the same as the middle-aged man in the sky. If Wang Lin was here, he would immediately recognize this person as the man from the 7th floor of the tower on planet 5 Elements. This world belonged to White Tiger, and he commanded the law. Just at this moment, the illusory White Tiger General looked up and his eyes revealed a strange light. On the Earth, the general wearing the tiger cape looked up at the sky and sneered. Another came. Who could it be? The middle-aged man immediately looked up when he felt the vortex. He looked up and revealed a cruel expression. Come. More people means more chances to kill this White Tiger. This damn law. The vortex rotated and a vague figure appeared. This figure became clear and then the vortex around the figure began to disappear. Just as the vortex was about to completely disappear, there was a flash of blood light and the blood sword flew out, sweeping the area. The blood-colored light spread, causing the area to be covered in dense killing intents. Wang Lin stood there as he calmly looked ahead. His divine sense suddenly spread out. Just as he appeared and his divine sense spread out, the expression of the White Tiger General and the middle-aged man changed. The White Tiger General's eyes were filled with monstrous excitement, and he began laughing loudly at the sky. He actually came here, heaven is on my side. The middle-aged man was also startled and silently pondered, but he revealed a sneer as if he was watching someone suffer. Wang Lin's divine sense spread across the star system. This world was much larger than the world Wang Lin had used earlier. It was the size of the brilliant void and all heaven combined, but there were still only 9 planets. After his divine sense swept by, Wang Lin found the aura of the White Tiger General and the middle-aged man. However, he couldn't find the figures of those two. Wang Lin frowned and carefully examined this star system. A law is already set here. I just don't know what the law is. Also, why I can't find White Tiger General and the other one. Wang Lin's divine sense gathered on the 3rd planet and locked onto the tens of thousands of soldiers killing each other. His eyes suddenly narrowed, and after a long time, Wang Lin understood. So it's like this. Wang Lin stood there and didn't even take half a step. This way, he would be outside the effect of the laws. After he saw everything, he could decide to stay or leave. As for who set the law here and who the law benefits, I'll have to try it to see. Wang Lin waved his right hand and the vortex that was disappearing appeared once more. If anyone saw this, they would assume Wang Lin wanted to leave. Fellow cultivator Wang, why the rush to leave? This old man has set the law here. If you dare to enter, we can make a bet. The White Tiger General's voice echoed across the star system and entered Wang Lin's mind. Wang Lin's expression remained the same, but he sneered in his heart. He got the answer he wanted. Bet what? Bet you will lose to this old man's law after you enter. Oh? What are you betting? Wang Lin slowly spread out his divine sense. If you lose, the 3rd soul belongs to this old man. If you win, then I'll give a celestial oath to become your slave for 10,000 years. This old man makes this promise on my celestial bloodline. The White Tiger General's voice echoed across the star system. Wang Lin's expression remained the same, only an indiscernible smile appeared on his face. You set the law. So what if I enter? Wang Lin's divine sense had already spread out and gathered some clues from the planet. The law here was very likely something like chess, to separate a part of one's divine sense into the soldier below and use the body of a mortal to face this slaughter of millions of soldiers. Their cultivation would be completely suppressed and impossible to use. The White Tiger General became a general, and the person from Planet 5 Elements became a soldier. That is the advantage the White Tiger General thinks he has. The 300 destroyed worlds can't seal bloodlines, but if it's focused on just 2 or 3 people, it can suppress their bloodline. If the bloodline is suppressed, there is no need to talk about cultivation. The White Tiger General is not only a celestial but also has a powerful body. Although his celestial bloodline is suppressed, his body is still strong. Even though the suppression affects his body, it's still strong enough for him to be a general. As for the person from Planet 5 Elements, he doesn't cultivate his body and is like a scholar. As a result, the difference between a general and a soldier appears. Wang Lin narrowed his eyes, which shined with wisdom. The law of this place suppresses cultivation, and the White Tiger General is a celestial. When he saw me use the Li Guangbo, he should have deduced that I don't have the celestial bloodline. The reason I can use the Li Guangbo is because of the blood from the immortal celestial body. As someone without the celestial bloodline, my cultivation could be completely suppressed. Even the divine sense I split off would only be like that of an ordinary soldier. However, for them, with their bloodline, they can still display some power. This is the advantage he thinks he has. Also, because he thinks I don't have the celestial bloodline, he doesn't think it would increase the load of the world to have to suppress another person with the bloodline. Perhaps he thinks I have an ancient Tao inheritance and the body of an ancient god, but he doesn't know that I have obtained the ancient Tao bloodline. Although my bloodline would be suppressed, thanks to my cultivation, not only will I not be weaker than the White Tiger General, I'll be even stronger. Wang Lin decisively took a step forward. With one step, he entered the realm and a thunderous rumble echoed across the destroyed world. At the same time, a powerful force entered as if it was going to rip the world apart and weaken the law set by the White Tiger General. Just as Wang Lin expected, with the entire world suppressing 2 people, the suppression would be about 90% effective. However, if a third person with a bloodline entered, the effect of the suppression could be spread out and reduced. The moment Wang Lin entered the world, the middle-aged man from Planet 5 Elements felt the suppression on his bloodline weaken. At the same time, the soldier formed by his divine sense down below shined brightly. This golden light was very dim, but it made the soldier become spirited. Even the lance in his hand seemed to have become more sharp. The enemy soldiers that arrived were immediately killed by him. The White Tiger General's expression changed and his eyes were filled with disbelief. It was just as Wang Lin thought, he didn't think Wang Lin had any bloodline power. However, the change in the law here caused his mind to tremble. He has bloodline power. Impossible, I definitely didn't feel any celestial blood from him. Even if he had any, it was fused into the Li Guangbo. Wang Lin's body entered the destroyed world, became distorted, and disappeared. When he reappeared, he was in the sky above the 3rd planet. He formed a triangle with the White Tiger General and the person from Planet 5 Elements. The moment Wang Lin arrived, a portion of his divine sense split off out of his control and flew down toward the planet. It fused with a soldier on the opposite side of the White Tiger General. This soldier held a blade and was slicing down on an enemy, but he didn't realize that the White Tiger General was charging at him on a horse. The White Tiger General let out a roar and threw his lance at the soldier Wang Lin's divine sense had fused with. This soldier paused for a moment when Wang Lin's divine sense entered. His eyes shined and his hair turned white. His face became blurry and turned into Wang Lin's face. He suddenly turned around and chopped down his blade with a roar. The blade collided with the incoming lance. The lance was cut in half by Wang Lin and flew past him, penetrating into the enemy soldier behind him. After splitting the lance, the soldier Wang Lin had fused with looked up. He stared at the general on the white horse in the distance. At this moment, Wang Lin's original body had already sat down in the sky. There was a sneer on his face. The law here was like chess, and the chessboard was the fight between the two armies. As for the chess pieces, they were the soldiers or generals that their divine senses would form. The White Tiger general's expression was gloomy as he looked at Wang Lin. He closed his eyes and focused on the general that was formed by his divine sense. The white-armored general's eyes were filled with coldness. He pointed at the Wang Lin in the distance and black gas appeared. The black gas turned into 10 black-armored soldiers and rushed toward Wang Lin. Wang Lin laughed. In this battlefield, the sound of slaughter filled the world. Screams, roars, and all these various sounds mixed together to form the most spectacular music in this world. In the presence of this music, one's blood would boil. Wang Lin added blood to this blade and charged forward. He was wearing the armor of an ordinary soldier, but as he moved forward, he chopped down the enemy soldiers with one strike. Every time he killed a person, they would turn into a strand of gas that would enter Wang Lin. Slowly, he was surrounded by stands of black gas, making him look like an evil god. Wang Lin knew that all the soldiers here were fake, created by the law the White Tiger general had set. They were all part of the chessboard for the game of chess between the three of them. Kill, kill, kill. Wang Lin charged forward, gripped the iron blade, and swept at the soldiers that came at him. Wang Lin let out a roar and jumped into the air over someone's head. He used the descending force to smash the blade down on the first black-armored soldier. The black-armored soldier was terrified and looked up. In his eyes, the blood moon was hanging behind Wang Lin, and Wang Lin had replaced the blood moon. The black-armored soldier quickly raised the shield in his hand to block Wang Lin's terrifying blade. The blade flashed and a miserable scream echoed. This caused everyone around to become startled and look over. Wang Lin's blade descended and cut into the shield, causing it to collapse. Then Wang Lin's blade cut the black-armored soldier in half. Large amounts of black gas came from the black-armored soldier and gathered around Wang Lin. After killing 100 people and one of the black soldiers armored created by the White Tiger general, the black gas around Wang Lin was monstrous. It was at this moment that crackling sounds rang out. The black gas around Wang Lin condensed to form a set of black armor. In contrast to Wang Lin's white hair, it was a shocking sight. The blade in his hand also became black and a bit longer, like a crescent moon. Wang Lin raised his blade and laughed. Wearing his black armor, he charged forward, waving his blade, killing more and more. In half an instant of time, the 10 black-armored soldiers were all killed by Wang Lin. After killing these 10, Wang Lin's armor almost wrapped around his entire body, he was only missing a helmet. He looked extremely powerful among the group of soldiers. The middle-aged man from the planet 5 Elements was able to kill several people after surrounding himself in the golden light. The golden light covered his body to form a golden suit of armor, except the armor was very simple and couldn't compare with Wang Lin's armor at all. This caused the White Tiger general in the sky to open his eyes and look extremely gloomy. The veins on his face were popping. He took a deep breath and closed his eyes. He focused back on the general his divine sense had formed, and another lance appeared. He retreated to gain distance from Wang Lin. But how could Wang Lin let him do as he wished? Wang Lin understood that his time was short, he had to finish this battle as soon as possible. Seeing the white-armored general retreat, Wang Lin let out a roar and his blade hit the ground. He borrowed the force to jump into the air and stepped on the head of soldiers as he chased after the white-armored general. Every step caused the person he stepped on to turn into black gas that surrounded him. After he took 100 steps, the black gas around him condensed and the sound of a horse cry could be heard. A black horse formed and Wang Lin rode the horse forward like a storm. No one was left alive as he charged forward. He charged at the white-armored general. The retreating white-armored general's expression changed greatly. He stared at Wang Lin closing in on the black horse and clenched the lance in his hand even tighter. At this moment, in the other destroyed world, the seven-colored Daoist was gloomy. He had gone through nearly 100 worlds and still hadn't found Wang Lin. He anxiously ripped a hole in space and walked through. His body suddenly trembled and his eyes were filled with joy. He had felt Wang Lin's aura. Although this hour was not in this world, it wasn't far. He ripped open another hole and entered. Close! I feel that he is not far away. The seven-colored Daoist was filled with excitement. This video will end here.